We have the opportunity to love one another in grace and to rejoice with one another. So we do that this morning. May be present with us. In your name we pray. Amen. So I'd like to call Mr. Houghton to the stage.
Thank you, Mr. Dixon. I kick off this assembly every year, and it excites me to recognize students who have excelled not only in journalism, but also in IQ. I want to start with our journalism staff. For the second year in a row, we have had 4 students in journalism, and these individuals have worked extremely hard to put out 2 quality papers and a 3rd one that's on the horizon. I'm going to ask Cassie Stinger, Hugh Nicholson, Isaac Jackson, and Sam Montgomery if you will join me on stage. I want you to understand, we give 4 awards. It's not just because each person gets an award, but we have 4 awards in journalism. Just so happens that we have 4 students, and each is very deserving of one of these awards. I want to start with the person without whom we'd have no paper. This is very unusual. Cassie has not only served as our layout and editor, but she has not actually taken the class with the rest of the students due to scheduling conflicts. So we've designed a special period where I meet with her, and she's done a remarkable job not only staying abreast of all the things we're doing in journalism, but proving once again to be a great leader and does things that I don't know how to do with layout, you know, my technological limitations. So Cassie, for a great job, your excellence in editing and layout, without which we would have no paper. Thank you. I have 3 other awards. This young man I have had the pleasure of not only teaching in journalism, but also in creative writing. He's exceptionally gifted as a writer. I've told him I fully expect someday, and I really believe this, that he will publish a book of some sort. He's a remarkable writer. He inspires me. When I look at his writing, I say to myself, I wish I'd written that. Our Outstanding Reporter Award goes to Hugh Nicholson. This next young man, after his freshman year, did not return for journalism his sophomore year, and I was so excited to see him back in the classroom this year. He has made dramatic improvements in his writing, has had a great attitude in class. I'm so glad to have him back next year as one of our assistant editors. We're looking forward to a staff of about 10 to 12 who've signed up, so we're going from 4 to almost triple our size, hopefully. And I want to just give this award for Most Improved Writer to Isaac Jackson. And finally, our Outstanding Editing Award. This young man has not only written good articles, quality articles, but has also done an outstanding job in peer editing and really leading us in this area. And I'm looking forward to him once again serving on the staff next year and elevating his game to assistant editor. We'll have 2 assistant editors. Cassie will be our senior editor. And we're training an 8th grader, Harper Jameson, to be our upcoming editor in the future. So Sam Montgomery, our Outstanding Editing Award. Before I release this group from the stage, I want to say how proud I am. It is very difficult to put a quality paper out with just 4 people. They have several articles. We have an upcoming paper on the horizon, and looking forward to some more great years with journalism. Thank each one of you guys. Thank you. I've asked Mr. Dixon ahead of time to give me just a little more time for IQ today, because this is sort of a landmark season of sorts. It's the 75th year of Delco IQ, and it's DC's 30th year as a participant in interscholastic quizzing. Prior to calling up this year's team, I thought it would be appropriate to briefly illustrate how intricately woven IQ has become in our school culture, starting with some of our very own faculty, staff, and student body. I'd like you to stand to be recognized. But first of all, I want to call up the man. He was part of the 2nd year of DC, 94-95. They made it to the championship in just their 2nd season under Mr. Bauer Evans, who is now a pastor in Boston, Massachusetts. Come on up, Wiz. And Mr. Wisniewski is going to help me distribute, as our honorary leader here, he's going to help me distribute some of the participation awards. But before I get to those, I'd like to recognize the other staff, faculty, and even some students who've been part of the HiQ experience the last few years. Mrs. Analia Peters, who was part of the 97-98 squad. If you're Analia, if you could stand, please. Mrs. Shannon Schreiber, who was a member of the 2000-2002 teams. I'm not sure if she's here this morning. Please give her a hand. I had the privilege of coaching her. Mr. Chip Rydwood, who wasn't a member of our team, but a member of an Interborough squad, and he actually is pioneering the Middle School Acts Challenge, which is a year-end IQ-based competition that our 8th graders have participated in. If you were on that winning team last year, would you stand up? There were like 4 of you. Stand up if you were part of that winning team in 8th grade. I know Jay Greco was one, and there were a couple others. Give these guys a hand. And we are doing that again here in a few weeks, so look forward to that. Mr. Thomas Chung, who not only was a member of the 2015 squad, he's in the middle school this morning, but has assisted me in mathematics, which is, as you know, not my specialty. Also was our Delco All HiQ Award winner in 2015. And finally, Nicholas Finelli Salazar, DJ Swanner, please stand. They're members of our championship team a couple years ago, as well as Idara Umo, who was part of our 21-22 team. And I say that just to recognize some of the folks who have been part of our team, because this isn't just about this team, it's about a tradition here at DC. Finally, I would be greatly remiss if I would overlook this individual. He is responsible as much as anyone else for bringing HiQ to DC. And I hope he's with us this morning. Please give a big hand for Dr. George McFarland. And one of the things I appreciate about Doc is he still comes to our events, still comes to pray with us before every event, and that shows commitment. Okay, on to this year's team. I'll try to make this brief. Please hold your applause till everyone has come up, and I'll make it quicker. First of all, our freshmen, all first-year members, of course. Emma Morton, Anna Sterius, Billy Sterius, and Josh Thomas. Come on up, guys. Mr. Wisniewski has participation awards for you. Sophomores, second year, Luke Fox and Josh Yen. First year, Daniel Ho. Please come up, guys. All right, our juniors, all of whom will ascend to the level of tri-captains next year with the departure of our co-captains. They are Karis Lowe, Seth Delaturi, and Sydney Petroulis. All 3 years. And finally, 2 people that have put an amazing number of hours in studying, putting up with me, et cetera, et cetera. They have put literally thousands of hours, and I have no doubt. Our senior co-captains, Candace Wong and Hannah Yang. I don't want to go on and on, but I do want to recognize that this team scored 169 points this year. It was the 3rd highest total in school history. There were just 2 points from topping the previous record of 171. And we also won all 3 of our regular season meets. I think that's the 2nd or 3rd time in school history. And as you guys all know, we did lose to Garnet Valley and Radnor in the championship, but I'm very proud of this team. Just to let you know how difficult it is to get to the finals, in the past 6 years, there have been 5 teams to make the finals. Garnet Valley's been there 6 times, DC and Haverford 4, Radnor 3, and Barbour 1. So just getting there is quite an achievement. I'm so proud of these guys. They've been there for a couple of those. I have 3 awards, one of which is not on stage with us. I want to recognize Sydney Petroulis as our All Delco HiQ representative. Please give it up for Sydney. She was recently recognized at a banquet, and these next 2 individuals, the awards I'm giving, I just do it with great pride. They've been part of a championship squad in 2021, and the championship meet in our school this year. First of all, our Coaches Award goes to a person, I think I've had 8 of these in my entire time as an advisor here, 24 years, who's been on the team for 4 years, a 3-year starter, and her knowledge of and ability in art is just unparalleled. She's also really good with art history, so ask her some questions. My Coaches Award goes to 4-year participant and 3-year starter. We're going to miss her, Candace Wong. This next award I have nothing to do with, but if I had a vote, I would have voted her. She has started for 4 years. Every meet, 16 meets plus playoffs and championships. She's been a great contributor to our title year as well as this year. And this was elected by the team. I have nothing to do with it. Again, I've had a vote, I would have voted. Is Hannah Yang. To finish this off, I just would like to quote something Dr. McFarland is often fond of reminding us during our high Q meets, that God has given us sound minds rather than a spirit of fear, which I think is great, a great thought in whatever kind of competition we go into. So, and finally, we'd like to, as a team, thank you. We believe that you guys are the best high Q audience in Delaware County. We hear it from the other teams. And we believe it's true too. So thank you. We're hoping to get a championship meet again here next year. Thanks so much.
Good morning. It's an honor, I've got to put on my glasses so I can actually read what I wrote. It's an honor to be with you this morning to present on behalf of the Ellis family the Jason Ellis Award for 2023. Jason Ellis was the father of classmate and junior Caden, 8th grader Paxton, 6th grader Tegan, and 4th grader Mackenzie. He was the loving and supportive husband of Lissa Ellis, who's a member of our lower school faculty. Jason went home to be with his Heavenly Father in the fall of 2021 after a courageous battle with COVID-19. Jason Ellis exhibited many servant leadership qualities and a love for Jesus Christ. Jason found joy in everything and gave 100% to his family and his community. This scholarship recognizes a student who has exemplified servant leadership and community engagement and finds fun and fulfillment in all that they do. The recipient must also embody the mission of DC, to serve God and impact the world through biblical thought and action. Here are the criteria that the award is based on. The recipient is a DC student who will pursue excellence in either an educational or professional arena. They are someone who consistently thinks of others, going out of their way to be kind, generous, and thoughtful, all as a matter of course, not as a matter of making a point of doing it. This person, in the course of their day, is looking to lighten someone's load or help in any way they can to be a servant whenever and wherever they can. The recipient will exude school spirit with a can-do attitude and finds fun and joy in life that she or he willingly shares with those around them. This award includes a $1,000 stipend that will be directed to further their education in their chosen field or profession. This year's recipient has embodied the characteristics that define the Jason Ellis Scholarship. He is kind with a wonderful sense of humor. He is humble, always willing to arrive early and stay late to accomplish a given task. He is given to DC and his greater community selflessly, asking for nothing in return. This young man has chosen a path of service and will continue his future educational training with the intent to help others, giving of himself for the betterment of the communities he serves. It is my joy to congratulate Levi Dental as this year's Jason Ellis.
Michael, Mrs. Corson, and I are going to be delivering yearbook awards. How many of you were here last night? Well, it's going to be in the yearbook. All the events that occurred during the year are reported in the yearbook, and all of the students who are here at DC this year are reported in the yearbook. I know that's a given, and that's obvious, but sometimes I don't know that you realize how much work that really entails for the 8 students we have on our staff. A year ago, I was invited to a reunion from the DC class I taught way back. I couldn't go, I was disappointed, so I asked for the hostess to send me some photos. She sent me some photos, and guess what they were doing in the photos? They were looking at their yearbooks. So it's something that obviously is long-term, and it's a huge responsibility. So I'd like to invite our staff to come up so you can see who they are, and you can acknowledge them and thank them for their hard work. Alexa Cook, come on up, Faith Benedetto, Susanna Green, Jonas Mom, Nellie Paulson, Sarah Shee, Julian Sun, Anna Wilcox. So far, we have 2/3 of the book completed. That leaves us 2-3 weeks to complete all the rest, 152 pages. So you do the math. See, that's a lot of work. I know in English class, when you hear you've got a 5 to 7 page research paper to do, you balk. And so this is a lot of work, and I just really want to thank, we all want to thank this group of kids to just really thank them for all of the investment that they've made. The investment actually starts in the summer with a nucleus of students who came to plan for this year's book in July when you guys were vacationing. When you were doing your summer jobs, when you were at camp, when Eli and Nick were pressure washing the upper school exterior walls, it's in the yearbook, by the way. They were actually attending workshops in the Mac Lab, and we had already planned, the decision was already made as to what the yearbook was going to look like, even before the school year began. So I want to thank specifically a few people who were responsible for that. Susanna Green is our editor this year. This is her 3rd year, and her punctiliousness, her faithfulness, her determination to carry something through. We just really appreciate her leadership and her quality of writing and work, and her work ethic is just been such a gift to our group, and we look forward to using it again next year. So thank you, Susanna. Anna Wilcox. She is obviously enthusiastic. We appreciated her interest in music choices, her attention to the needs of the group, and whatever needed to be done, she was just ready to jump in and do it. So her resilience, her continual spirit is just something that we could not do without, and was such a gift to every single staff member. So thank you, Anna. And there is one person we're giving a special award to. She is probably more obsessed with yearbook than I. That person is someone who is very aware of who is not in the book. We need to get a picture of this person in the book, Mrs. Grice. And she makes sure that these things are seen too. She's dependable. You can't find anybody who's more sincere. She's our most invested staff member, Nellie Paulson. We're graduating our photography editor. Julian's been with us for 2 years. He's actually set up back there taking pictures of this event. He's been willing to travel with teams to take pictures of sports events. He's gone to several events throughout the year, taking quality photos, come in and edited and re-edited and fixed our bad photos. He's coached us in how to take better quality photos. We're going to really miss Julian as he goes to school next year in Southern California. We're so thankful for the time we had with him here. Thank you, Julian.
How about a round of applause for Mrs. McFarland?
German, the language used in famous music such as music by Beethoven, Mozart, Brahms, and Bach, as well as highly scientific and medical journals. Most importantly, however, it is the language of the Protestant Reformation, under the leadership of Martin Luther, and from where we get many of the tenets of our Christian faith. Every year, the AATG, American Association of Teachers of German, offers a national German exam to U.S. students as well as those overseas. I have the privilege of teaching a student who comes to class first block, excited about learning German. For the second year in a row, the student has received a gold medal of distinction for earning a 98th percentile in the national German exam. I am pleased to present this award to Sarah Sachs.
Every year, the American Classical League holds a national Latin exam. For the last 8 years, the student has been taking this exam and studying really hard, and the second year in a row, this student has placed in the Advanced Latin Prose exam and has earned the Maxima Cum Laude Silver Award. This silver award goes to Grantham King.
Good morning. I just want to take another moment to honor and just recognize all of the hard work and effort that everybody put in for the upper school art show and choral concert. So we're just giving them a round of applause for that. The students we're about to recognize have already received their awards at our Arts Recognition Night this past weekend. So we do ask that when we call your name, you come join us on stage and you hold your applause until all the names have been read off. I'm going to hand this over to Mrs. French.
All right, first, the Theater Awards. Our Rising Star Award goes to Aaron Robertson. The All-In, go ahead and start coming up while I'm saying your names, go ahead. The All-In Award goes to Seth Nelaturi. The Colossians 3:23 Award to Sadie Surface. The Leadership Award to Cassie Stinger. And then backstage, our steady backbone on the red team, Caitlin Pulliam. Props Master, Corinne Creedon. Servanthood Award, Karis Lowe. And the builders, our Rookie of the Year builder, Alex Stirius. And Master Carpenter, Luke Pulliam.
All right, moving on to our Visual Arts Awards. Our Computer Graphics Award goes to Peter Bachter. Our Rising Artist Award goes to Elizabeth Maddie, Yulu Tao, and Caroline Jackson. Our Outstanding Artist Award goes to Luke Bradley, Ashley Zhao, Rebecca Holliday, Caleb Hicklin, Grantham Kane.
And our Superior Artist Award goes to Maya Collins, Candace Wong, and Abazia Moye. If you can't tell, the artists like to be behind the scenes creating the work, not up front receiving applause. Come on.
I'm going to sneak in and do the music awards. Mrs. Bussey and Mr. Jones are gone, but we have quite a few awards for them as well. First of all, the Lowell Mason Award goes to Annika Callan, Andrew Klaus, and Lila Bergdahl. Come on up. And I'm going to butcher this name. Legistrand Award goes to Kate Myers and Noah Dutton. And the Crescendo Award to Sam Robertson. Also, yeah, come on up, you guys. Anyone who's here, I know several of them are gone. Also, from Mr. Jones, the Director's Award for Band to Emil Harris. The National Louis Armstrong Jazz Award goes to DJ Swainer. And the National John Philip Sousa Band Award to Stephanie Moore Hatch.
With those who work tirelessly behind the scenes of this year's Techie Awards, I am here to honor the efforts of the senior techies who made the everyday events happen and not just the plays and musicals. They volunteer countless hours over the years behind the scenes, assisting, planning, and managing the lights, sounds, and videos. Could I please have Levi Dental and Luke Pulliam come to the stage? Give them 1 minute, they're both in the booth right now. So I have here the Master of EQ Mixing for Luke Pulliam for your dedication and your attention to detail for sound, for sound and for audio design, essentially. And I have here the Illuminator of Dreams for Levi Dental for your tireless efforts on not just for lighting, but also for the development of events like the Arts and Recognition Night, and for wanting to make things, again, for making it the best it can be. I thank you guys so much. You saved my butt a number of times this year, and for that, I will be eternally grateful. Thank you so much, guys. Let's get to the History Awards and see what that's all about. Okay, first up, we have the Great Valley chapter of the DAR Youth Citizenship Award. The Youth Citizenship Award is sponsored by the Great Valley chapter of the DAR, otherwise known as the Daughters of the American Revolution, and it is given to a student based on the qualities of honor, service, courage, and leadership and patriotism. This year's recipient is Ashley Zhao. Sticking with the Daughters of the American Revolution, we have the Great Valley Chapter DAR Excellence in American History Award. The Excellence in American History Award is also sponsored by the Great Valley DAR, and it is given to a student who excels in American history. All right, this year's recipient is Audrey McKinney. Now, Audrey, I have to be honest, an unnamed source wanted me to make you dress American flag suit, but I didn't pass that one, so you're welcome. All right, next up, we have the Frederick Douglass and Susan B. Anthony Award. The Frederick Douglass and Susan B. Anthony Award is sponsored by the University of Rochester to recognize an outstanding junior student in the area of the humanities. They are able to demonstrate strong skills of writing, analyzing, and reading in both history and English. The student is also eligible to apply for a $10,000 scholarship for 4 years to the University of Rochester. The name of the student is also inscribed in a plaque in the library. This year's recipient is Ashanti Harris. Moving along the discipline, we have the Oxford European Award. So the Oxford European History Award is presented each year to an outstanding senior, asterisk there, in the field of European history. The student has demonstrated an ability not only to know the complexity of European history, but also to assess and evaluate significant decisions made by European leaders since 1500. The name of the student will also be inscribed on a plaque in the library. This year's senior is Josh Yen. All right, and last but not least, we have the Lincoln U.S. Government and Politics Award. The Lincoln U.S. Government and Politics Award is presented each year to an outstanding student in the field of government. The student has demonstrated unique skills of reading, thinking, and writing to grasp a better understanding of how the processes of government work and is able to apply that understanding to particular social challenges our society faces. The name of this student is also inscribed in a plaque in the library. So this year's recipient, kind of an underdog story, I'm sure you guys can't guess, but Zach Metzler.
Several categories for science awards. There are certificate award winners, and then there are plaque award winners. I'll do the certificates first. Certificates are given at all levels of the core classes of science, biology, chemistry, and physics. I will start first with the biology awards. Please come up as I call your name. I'll hand you your certificate. Please stay on the stage until everyone has received theirs. Biology, Josiah Jonkin. Avery Ramsey. For honors biology, Lily Peters. chemistry, Luke Fox. Also in honors chemistry, Kamai Orange. In physics, Anna Petranis. Benjamin Wilson. Also in physics, Cece Hahn. Those certificates are given for aptitude, excellence, and growth throughout the year. Those students have done a tremendous job. The plaque award winners in science, the first is the Jonathan Milborn, not the Jonathan Milborn Award, the Karen Smuda Award. This award is named in honor of Karen L. Smuda, who went home to be with the Lord on April 14th, 2015. Her nephew, Dr. Timothy Means, is the fourth head of school at DC, and great aunt Elliot Means, their son. Karen was a registered nurse, artist, and devoted to making Christian literature available through book sales and libraries. Her family had the desire to honor her memory and her career as a nurse by blessing a graduating senior at DC who plans to study medicine in college with this award. This year's award winner is Candace Wong. The Jonathan Milborn Awards are 3 plaques given in honor and memory of Jonathan Milborn, class of 1977. Jonathan was an outstanding student at DC. In his sophomore year, he was diagnosed with leukemia and went home to be with the Lord a year later. The award is given each year to students that excel in biology, chemistry, and physics. This year for chemistry, Sydney Petroulis. In biology, Hannah Yemen. And in physics, Noah Dutton.
All right, for this next set of awards, Mrs. Neal is posted up here. She'll give you your certificate as you make your way to the stage. If you stay on while I read off all the names for that particular award, and then we'll send you back to your seats. The first award here is the President's Award for Educational Excellence. The President's Education Awards Program is awarded on behalf of the President of the United States and the United States Secretary of Education. The program was founded in 1983. The purpose of the program is to recognize U.S. students for their educational achievements. To receive the President's Award for Educational Excellence, students must meet a minimum GPA average, must attain certain levels on standardized tests, or receive recommendation from a teacher, as well as a strong record of academic excellence over the course of their career. I have a brief note from the Secretary of Education. I'll read on behalf of the President and the First Lady, all of us at the U.S. Department of Education. I want to share our congratulations on receiving the 2023 President's Education Award. For 40 years, this program has honored millions of students for their exceptional educational achievement and contributions to their school communities. You are now among this special group of awardees. Your hard work and commitment to your learning, even especially over the challenges of the last year, have helped to achieve this recognition. It is a privilege for me, the Secretary of Education, Miguel Cardona, to join your family, friends, educators, and school leaders in celebrating you. So as I list off your names, these are a group of seniors. Would you make your way to the stage after I grab your certificate from Mrs. Neal? Corinne Creedon. Grant Kane. Andrew Coe. Zach Metzler. Stephanie Moorhatch. Caitlin Pulliam. Ava Scotsman. Sarah Stahl. Julian Sun. Kellen Tabor. Nick Tang. Blake Tanis. Candace Wong. Hannah Yang. And Ashley Zhou. We'll let Ashley get down here, just give her a moment. Okay. Let's spread this way, guys. We're getting more photos. This next award is for juniors here at DC. This is the ACSI, it's the Association of Christian Schools International, Distinguished Christian High School Student Award. Students could be nominated by school's administration, faculty for outstanding achievements in one or more categories of academics, leadership, fine arts, athletics, and Christian service. So this is something that's voted upon. Its nominations are taken from the faculty and voted upon as well. So as I list your name, I'll also list categories for which students were recognized. And if you could come forward and same thing, grab your certificate from Mrs. Neal. Luke Bradley, Fine Arts. Andrew Klaus, Academics, Leadership, Fine Arts, Christian Service. Anthony Denise, Academics and Leadership. Nick Finelli Salazar, Academics. Eli Fisher, Fine Arts. Susanna Green, Academics and Athletics. Rebecca Halliday, Leadership, Fine Arts, Athletics. Ashanti Harris, Academics and Athletics. Trinity Hobart, Academics, Leadership, Fine Arts, Christian Service. Elizabeth Maddie, Academics and Leadership. Audrey McKinney, Academics. Elliot O, Academics, Leadership, Fine Arts, Christian Service. Nellie Paulson, Christian Service. Celia Trulis, Academics. And Cassie Stinger, Academics, Leadership, Fine Arts, Christian Service. The next award is the President's Volunteer Service Award. So in 2003, the President's Council on Service and Civic Participation founded the President's Volunteer Service Award to recognize the important role of volunteers in America's strength and national identity. This award honors individuals whose service positively impacts communities in every corner of the nation and inspires those around them to take action too. The PVSA has continued under each administration, honoring the volunteers who are using their time and talents to solve some of the toughest challenges facing our nation. Led by the Corporation for National and Community Service and managed in partnership with Points of Light, this program allows certifying organizations like DC to recognize the most exceptional volunteers. So we ask and have recommended in recent years that students earn certain volunteer hours over the course of their time at DC, a year at a time. And these students have gone above and beyond and have earned certain distinctions with hour requirements based on their volunteer service. So I will begin with the first category. It's kind of gold, silver, bronze, both for young adults, so our older students, and then our teens who are in the teens category, our younger students. First person I'd like to come to the stage earning gold in the young adults category for the President's Volunteer Service Award is Jake Johnson. Earning gold in the teens category, Sage Bob. Earning gold in the teens category, Joey Quozo. And gold in the teens category, Daniel Ho. Next we have silver in the young adults category, Levi Dental. Silver in young adults, Nellie Paulson. Silver in young adults, Sydney Stevens. Silver in teens, Seth Nelaturi. Silver in teens, Grace Alukani. And now bronze category for young adults, Leia Conde. Anthony Denise. Bronze in the young adults, Andrew Coe. And Porter Roberts. Sorry, good team, Porter. Doing great there, buddy. Let's give him a round of applause one more time. One final recognition that we like to give is a senior who conducted independent research, science research. It was a project that was for the 63rd Annual Delaware County Science and Engineering Fair. She placed first place in the medicine and health category, among also was the best in category as well, for one other category as well. And she's been participating in many other things of her own volition, and we look forward to seeing what she does down the road. So Ashley Zhou, if you could come to the stage.
The Duke of Edinburgh Award was founded in the United Kingdom in 1956 by Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh, and has since spread to 144 countries. The representative was unable to be here today, so I'm presenting on her behalf. Every young person who takes part in the Duke of Edinburgh Award must achieve a certain amount of hours in the following 4 categories: choosing and developing new skills, improving physical fitness, volunteering in their community, and finally plan and experience a team adventure in a new environment. Achieving an award, whether bronze, silver, or gold, recognizes individual goal setting and self-improvement through persistence and achievement. It's my pleasure to recognize my favorite DC student who has earned the Duke of Edinburgh Award, bronze, Miss Trinity Hope.
So I'm here to just recognize the mock trial team. It is an academic club that runs from November to March, so through the winter. And Mr. Dennis Abrams is our lawyer coach. He could not be here this morning, but he helps us teach students how to take a case. It's like about 50 pages long, and we turn it into direct and cross-examinations, teach them how to just go to court and they take on the roles of lawyers and witnesses, and we compete against other schools. This year, excitingly, we could actually return to the courtroom in person. So we've been virtual for the past several years, so like when you recognize these students, recognize that they not only have only been online since they've started doing mock trial in high school, but this is the first year they've also had to learn courtroom etiquette and how to like object and all these things in person. So it's kind of awesome that we were able to be back and have more of a real life taste of what the courtroom looks like. So team, if you would come forward when I call your name, Luke Anderson, Chloe Bryant, Minjun Choi, Isabel Lewis, Zachary Metzler, Madison Noble Hawkins, Teresa Olive, Jesse Payson, Annabelle Sachs, Mary Schaefer, Connor Transu, and Claire Witcher. These students, again, I think I've expressed this, they work hard to pull this case together and put a lot of time into writing and rewriting and memorizing everything. It's a lot of work, and it certainly gives you a taste of what it's like to prep a case and bring it to court. This year, our case was about extreme obstacle courses and a death that occurred partway through the race. At its heart, we were showing how the company was or was not, depending on which side we were representing, negligent, and working to show who was at fault in that death. Our captains this year were Connor Transu and Teresa Olive, so thank you both for all the extra time that you poured into so many extra things. It is very appreciated. And also want to recognize June Choi and Teresa Olive for being named Best Witnesses in our trials this year, and Annabelle Sachs and Chloe Bryant for being named Best Lawyers. And then one last thing, we had one senior this year, Mr. Zach Metzler, and I just have a small gift for you from the team, and just want to thank you for the 2 years you spent with us. We will miss you next year and your diligence and excellent question asking. And yeah, it's going to take you far in life, but thank you for your time with the team, and we will miss you.
Good morning, everyone. Each year, many of DC's upper school students participate in a nationwide American mathematics competition. This is a prestigious event and sponsored by the Mathematical Association of America. Students are presented with challenging questions covering a broad spectrum of mathematical topics with the purpose of encouraging expertise, creativity, and problem solving among young students. At this time, I would ask the following students to come forward. They don't know why yet, but they'll come up here. So Noah Dutton, please come down. Jonas Ma, Jacob Matthews, William Billy Stirius, Josh Yen and Ashley Zhou. As they come down, you should know that the American Mathematics competition is divided into two divisions based upon grade level. The AMC 10 is for students in grade 10 and below, while the AMC 12 is for students in grade 12 and below. And I would like to recognize the students with the top 3 scores at DC in these two divisions. So in the AMC 10, our third highest scorer was William Stirius. The second highest scorer was Jonas Ma. And our first highest scorer was Josh Yen. In the AMC 12, our third highest scorer was Jacob Matthews. Our second highest scorer was Ashley Zhou. And the student with the highest score in the AMC 12 was Noah Dutton. So please congratulate these students for their faithfulness in study and the achievement they have attained in this competition.
I'm here to present the Student Leadership Awards. Before I begin, I'd like to thank all of those who have served on a student board or the prefect board or any other student leadership position. I want to acknowledge the amount of time and work that these individuals have contributed to make the 2002-2003 school year memorable. They have successfully planned and supported events such as the Christmas banquet, the junior-senior, homecoming events, sports days, the grounds, the armory, open houses, class social, spirit week events, and other various activities for this school and for their respective classes. Though we're only giving certificates today to the class boards and prefects, there are many other leaders who contributed to make this year a memorable one. So please join me in thanking them for their faithful service. So as I call the names of each president and board member, please join us up here. Mr. Creedon will give you your certificate. I'll start with the freshmen. If you could hold your applause until I say everyone's name. Class board member, freshman class board Sophia Dixon. Freshman class board Emil Harris. Freshman class board Jonas Ma. Please come up. And freshman class president MJO. Sophomore class board Anna Wilcox. Sophomore class board Kate Latchford. Sophomore class board Sam D'Antonio. Sophomore class president Sam D'Antonio. And sophomore class president Sadie Service. Junior class board Sarah Mento. Junior class board Elliot O. Junior class board Griffin Schmidt. And junior class president Cassie Stinger. Senior class board Titus Myers. Senior class board Lindsay Rodano. Senior class board Kellen Tabor. And senior class president Caitlin Pulliam. All right, let's give them one more round of applause. Thank you. The 7 awards that we are giving out are for the members of our prefect board. These individuals have served the student body in a variety of functions depending on their role, and also as advisors and liaisons between their fellow students and the faculty and administration. As I call your names, please join me in the front so we can honor you. Rachel McEnany, our student life prefect, who coordinated chapels, encouraged service opportunities, helped students, help support other initiatives and clubs, and organized chapel notes. Rachel is a woman of faith who desires for our student body to know and love our Savior. So thank you, Rachel. Sky Coach, our athletic prefect, who assisted the athletic office with promotion of athletic teams, supporting events, and day-to-day life of athletics here on campus, along with all of the social media as well. Thank you, Sky. Sarah Stahl, our admissions prefect, who worked tirelessly in the admissions office, putting together packets for new families, assisting at open houses, managing the student ambassadors, and many other tasks for admissions. If you've ever seen her give a tour, you know how much Sarah loves our school and makes our new families feel welcome. So thank you, Sarah. Grant Kane, our communications prefect, who worked with the communication and development offices to promote fundraising events, put together the weekly, nightly news, worked on various other tasks behind the scenes for those departments. Thank you, Grant. Stephanie Moorhatch, our arts prefect, who worked with the Friends of the Arts and the art department to promote and encourage arts events like arts recognition, the high school musical, arts nights, and choir and band concerts. Thank you, Stephanie. Christabel Chan, our international prefect, who worked with the International Student Office to plan events like arranging this senior recognition fellowship, other celebrations, and Lunar New Year event, being creative and helping international students stay connected and feel welcomed and cared for by our community. Christabel, I guess, is not here, but let's thank her anyway. Finally, Ashley Joe. Finally, our head administrative prefect, who met with and encouraged our class presidents, helped spearhead the prefect Give Back Week and homecoming, helped with communications about events around campus, created and maintained the bulletin board, and worked as a mouthpiece for the student body to both administration and faculty. Thank you, Ashley. This year is a success because of all of your hard work. Mr. Coop and I are so proud of you, and we will miss you. One more, sorry. Frederick Douglass Award. The Frederick Douglass Declamation Contest is held annually at Delaware County Christian School, and Frederick Douglass is recognized as one of the premier American orators, and like Douglass, this contest seeks to encourage all students to fill their minds with what is good, true, and beautiful by memorizing and delivering a famous speech or other piece of recognized literature. Winners are chosen from their classmates within their respective English classes to perform in a semifinal round and then a final round of competition, which we did earlier this year. I am recognizing the winners today and presenting them each with a certificate. Our first place winner also has her name already engraved on the Declamation Tournament trophy that is displayed in the library. So please come forward as I call your name. Let's see. In third place, with his speech on C.S. Lewis's The Weight of Glory, Hugh Nicholson. In third place, with her speech by King George's first radio address, Adara Umar. Second place, with her speech against Cataline, Alexa Cardone. And in first place, with Margaret Thatcher's Burton Awake, Caitlin Pulliam. Okay, thank you very much.
I would like to present the University Book Awards, which I give out each year to deserving juniors. The first two awards, the Cornell and Harvard Book Awards, wish I could take credit for these fancy bags, but David and Kim Sims, alumni parents, along with Stephen and Ryan, are alum of Cornell and Harvard, and they sponsor these two awards. And so they're not able to be here today, but I will present the awards for the Cornell University Book Award, awarded for overall academic and extracurricular excellence and for making unique contributions to the school. I give the Cornell Book Award to Anthony Denise. top performance in scholarship as well as high moral character and demonstrating a strong work ethic goes to Noah Dutton. Doesn't stand. All right. The College of William and Mary Book Award is unique and presented from William and Mary leadership, and the recipients selected because of the demonstration of the following: inspirational leadership, outstanding scholarship, and unwavering loyalty to the high school and community. This award goes to Ava White. You get a picture for this one because they asked me to send it. All right. The Yale Book Award, nominated by his or her teachers. I'm getting on my. All right, here we go. Goes to Elliot O. They say you need to read this book in the next month, and then you'll know. I'm also here to recognize the Templeton Scholarship Award recipients. These students received their award in the form of a scholarship for next school year, but I'm asking that they stand and be recognized. For the class of 2026 freshmen, current freshmen, Emma Morton, June Lim, Joshua Thomas, and Eric Robertson. Please stand. Congratulations. Let me just say, to receive the scholarship, they had to have a certain GPA, 4.4, to be eligible to apply, and then it was chosen based on the written essays that they had to complete, and then were decided on a committee. So this is a prestigious scholarship that they're receiving. Class of 2025, current sophomores, Ella Clipston, Joshua Yoon, Daniel Ho. And then class of 2024 current juniors, Maggie Jenkins, Karis Lowe, Elliot O.
Well, good morning. I consider it a great honor this morning to be able to present the Roy W. Lowry Jr. Memorial Scholarship. If you had been a student here in the 1960s at Delaware County Christian School, if we were students, this building, the DeMoss Center that we're sitting in here today, obviously did not exist. This actually would have been open green space, and this assembly, actually in fact all of your chapels, would have taken place across in the mansion in the Great Hall, where Mrs. Avenek is now stationed, and you would be seated by grade levels on the steps, while the presenter would be standing at the bottom, and they would be presenting chapel or presenting this assembly to you. Kindergarten and first grade would be in the barn, what is now used as our football and lacrosse locker room space. You would have been a little kindergartner down in that space, or first grader. And standing where I am right here actually was one of the most exciting parts of campus, because the track and the field hockey field did not exist at that time. And in fact, it was just one straight long hill that went all the way down to Goshen Road. And so right here, where the stage is where all the students would gather in the winter and do sledding. And you would sled all the way down. There would be teachers down there to stop you from going into Goshen Road because it would get going so fast. And there would be teachers on sledding duty. You know, often we get caught up in living in our world today, and we forget and we don't think about those we would call spiritual giants that went before us, and in DC's case, contributed to DC, in fact, made DC what we enjoy today. And so if you were one of those students in 1960 sledding your heart out and enjoying chapel in the mansion, sitting on the steps, Roy Lowry would have been your head of school. Roy Lowry was, in fact, Delaware County Christian School's first head of school and served faithfully here for many years. And Hebrews 11 and 12 remind us to not get caught up in our world today, but Hebrews 11 and 12 remind us that we're surrounded by a great cloud of witnesses, spiritual giants, who have gone before and have shown an example and lived out an example of what faith and a living faith in Jesus Christ looks like. Roy Lowry was a living example of DC's core values of being rooted in Christ and excellence. Roy Lowry is an individual that, as DC's current head of school today, I daily look at Roy's example and strive to reach the standard that Roy set. Roy was a servant leader, always elevating anybody around him at any time, and most famous for, most known for, his care for our faculty and staff. Roy wrote many books, and in one of those many books, let me just share quickly, he says this: every school year I have frequent opportunities to give visitors a tour of the school's buildings and grounds. And upon the completion of these tours, most visitors make some comments about the classrooms, the science facilities, the libraries, or the gymnasiums. Imagine that, getting a compliment for the kindergarten classrooms in the barn by guest visitors checking out DC. At that point, Roy says, I quietly explain that we thank God for facilities and equipment, but the teachers are really the heart of the school. Buildings provide the space within which Christian education can take place. The teachers lead the students into an education in which the Lord Jesus Christ is preeminent. They are the gold in the bank, one of Roy's most famous quotes. So thank you, faculty and staff, for your ministry day in and day out. To our students, that stands true today. You are the gold in the bank at Delaware County Christian School. So this award today is given to a returning senior at DC. This award will be a gift of money which is applied to this student's senior year tuition. The recipient is selected by our high school faculty, so this is a very special award. Our high school faculty identify this individual. The selection criteria for the Roy W. Lowry Jr. Memorial Scholarship are 1, spiritual commitment, 2, academic performance, 3, an expressed desire to serve God in life, and 4, leadership potential. So please join me in congratulating and honoring this year's 2023 Roy Lowry Jr. Memorial Scholarship Award winner, Cassie Stinger.
Lord, may we just take this day and reflect on those great gifts and thank you for what you have done for us.